Hi guys! So in this video we're going to talk about workstations as it relates to Web Assessor and your test center schedule. So on the screen you should see 3 workstations. Those are my sample workstation 1, 2, and 3. So I have 3 workstations enabled right here, and you can see I could have up to 3 simultaneous test appointments. So a workstation represents the number of simultaneous test appointments that you can accommodate at any given time that your schedule is open. So let's log into Web Assessor into our scheduler account. So I'm logged into my scheduler account. I can see I have 5 test centers here. Let's go to Sample Test Center 1 by clicking on Details. And I'm going to go to the Workstations tab. As you can see, I have one workstation enabled here. It is active, as you can see by the green check mark by it. When we create your test center account, we will create one workstation for you. So you won't have to create the first workstation. You'll only need to create workstations if you need additional ones and you want to give more than one test at any given time. To add additional workstations, and hit New. And then I'm going to name my workstation. You can name it whatever you want. It does not matter what the name of the workstation is. You can change the name at any time, and nobody will be able to ever see the name of the workstation. You do not have to add a description, as that also doesn't matter and nobody can see it. You don't have to check has webcam, as that functionality is turned off. And just make sure that the status is enabled. And then you'll click Save. So as you can see, I have enabled and created a second workstation. And let's say I no longer want to use one of those workstations. So I have the choice of either disabling or deactivating, or I can delete it. Let's go over disabling the workstation first. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Edit for the workstation that I want to disable. And then I'm going to go change the status to disabled by clicking right here. And then I'm going to click Save. As you can see now, there's no longer a green circle next to the sample workstation 2. It is inactive and no longer available whenever my schedule is open. By default, all active or enabled workstations are available anytime you open your schedule. So you deactivate and then you can reactivate one if you decide you want to in the future use those. You can also delete a workstation. However, you will not be able to delete a workstation if you've ever given a test on that workstation. It's pretty hard to delete a workstation once you've created it unless it's never been used. But if I wanted to do that, I would just go over to the checkbox and put a check in there next to the workstation I want to delete. And then I would click the delete button. I'll get a confirmation message and hit OK. And now that workstation is gone, it's been deleted. You can always create more workstations. We always recommend you keep the number of workstations you have low so that you don't get too many simultaneous test appointments, too many test takers showing up at the same time. You can also make a workstation unavailable. You might do that, for instance, if you have several workstations and there's going to be a time period where one of your proctors is temporarily out for an extended period of time, or you want to go down to one workstation or less workstations for a specific period of time, like one day or a couple hours. To change the workstation availability, click on Availability for that workstation. And this is really unavailability, as you can see at the top of the screen where it says Manage Workstation Unavailability. By default, your workstation is always available anytime your schedule is open. So I have the choice between making the workstation unavailable all day or just for part of the day. So if I wanted to make it unavailable all day, I would make sure this says yes, and then I would choose the date that I want that workstation to be unavailable. Let's say October 15th. And then I would hit Save. Now that workstation unavailability is listed below under Scheduled Workstation Unavailabilities. Instead, if I just want to make it unavailable for part of the day, I would make sure this says No under All Day. And I would put in the time, the begin time and the end time, that I want that workstation to be unavailable. And then I would click Save. So now that workstation unavailability is also listed below. If you've made a mistake or you no longer need that unavailability there for whatever reason, you can just check the box next to that unavailability and then click Delete. You'll get a confirmation message and just click OK. And now I've deleted that unavailability. To view a workstation's availability, so we can go to the Display Event Schedule Report to see what this example looks like. So I'm just going to hit Done to back out of this tab, and Done again to get out of the Workstations tab. Now I'm going to go to the Schedule tab. So I'm going to use the calendar to scroll to October 15th and 16th, the days that I want to look at. So we'll start with October 15th. Now I'm going to go over here to this Display Event Schedule Report button. And a new window pops up. And you can see on October 15th that I have a workstation unavailability scheduled from 10 a.m. to noon. So that workstation is not available for that part of time, even though my schedule is open. If I hit Next Day, I can see on October 16th that my workstation is unavailable all day. So it's blocked it out for the whole day.